609, February 13th, 2017. A few more things about wood stoves. This morning I woke up with a not thick enough layer of semi-red hot ash coal on the floor of the wood stove, on the bottom of the wood stove. It was not thick and hot enough to allow me to put one of these heavy, dense, let's call them slow acting type of firewood into the wood stove. It wasn't enough to let it set it on fire, to ignite it. So instead I put a big like that size piece of the quote fast acting wood into the stove. That is the lightweight wood that burns pretty fast, pretty quickly, and like 15 minutes later it was, and it is in fact, burning beautifully in there. So that's just another thing you could do if the amount of coal or burning or hot ash you have at the bottom of the wood stove is not enough to ignite a slow acting dense heavy type of piece of wood. Then you could instead replace or stick a lightweight piece of wood, I mean the less dense type piece of firewood, into there, and a few minutes later it is going to be on fire. I could of course have used kerosene that I already have here, but I have kind of opted for trying not to use the kerosene because of the odor and the smell and the mess and everything. It's just more beautiful if you could not use that. It kind of is more professional and doesn't kind of pollute the air inside your place. Another thing I had forgotten to mention is this little door here. You want to set fire on the wood that you have in there. You just open this little door here, and it just lets the whole fire breathe, lets more air into the wood stove. And as soon as your wood is on fire, you could just shut this little door here, because you do not want your fire to burn too fast, and you don't want your firewood to end too quickly. So by shutting this door, it will just breathe through these holes in the door and burn a little more slowly, and will give you a longer lasting kind of fire. While we are at it, allow me to mention something else. There is going to be, inevitably, there is going to be sparks coming out of these holes at some point. Pretty hot ones as well, that might kind of land on your floor up until about half a meters away from the actual wood stove. It is necessary to have something to cover the floor with, something not made of oil, something that wouldn't burn, and this would protect your floor from burning or having holes in it like I do. I didn't know that, and I do have quite a few burnt holes in my floor, but it's okay, you learn. Yeah, that's just another thing I needed to mention. It's really quite an affair with the wood stove. It's just like an affair. I mean, it's very lovely. There are a lot of things to learn in there. It's just a lot of things to experience, a lot of good and bad moments in there. It's just kind of it has been very interesting to me anyways. I am now much better than I used to be in terms of heating up the place without using too much wood, without causing too much smoke, without using too much kerosene, without going through a lot of cold episodes, so to speak. It takes quite a lot of practice to get a hang of this, and I personally enjoy it very much. It's such a lovely heat, such a nice heat also, not even comparable to other source of heat like electrical or, I don't know, kerosene or natural gas or anything. So you could have a lot of fun with it. Of course, you always have to err on the safe side, but apart from that, it could be a lot of fun. Thank you for watching.